And we're back to learning Photoshop in a year, day 112. Let me show you the eyedropper tool. It's a very helpful tool, easy to use. Short key is I. You see a different one here, right click on the box and then select the first one, eyedropper tool. You can see down here, when I left click on the canvas, it samples the color. So the canvas is white, therefore our foreground color becomes white. This only works for the canvas, so you cannot do that elsewhere. Let's create a rectangle here. I'll press Ctrl J to copy it, give it different colors. Now if I use the eyedropper tool and I sample, let's say this color right here, it's going to be given to the layer that's active. At least that works for shapes. And make them white. I simply do that by sampling the background color. By default, the sample size is set to point sample and to all layers. You can adjust that, but usually I would say 99% of the cases that is what you need. So it samples the point, the specific color that is there where you click. And this works for all layers, so it's not going to ignore layers that aren't active or something like that. And then you have this box for show sample ring. That's the indicator, so when you left click you can see that. The most interesting feature though is that you can also sample colors from outside of Photoshop. Let me move this window a little bit and then I'll size it down. I've got my browser active right here. And you can for example search for a color palette using Google. Let's say soft summer color palettes. I'll pick this one right here. Let me create 4 rectangles in total and we want to sample 4 colors. And what you now do is you left click inside of Photoshop using the eyedropper tool. You should see your ring and then you simply go outside of Photoshop and you release it on the color that you want to keep. Let's say this. I'll do it again with this reddish color. We have to find our rectangle though. The fill color was given to it. Let me drag this. That's down here. I'll switch to the third rectangle, press I for the eyedropper tool, left click on the canvas, drag it outside of Photoshop, and I do it once more for the fourth rectangle. And now we've got them all recolored using this color palette. So you can easily do that, and it works with everything that's on your desktop. In the beginning I said we can recolor shapes, in our case rectangles, directly. That doesn't work though on text. So I've got the text there active, use the eyedropper, and it's not directly recolored. As you can see, when we go to the properties of the text element and then we move on the canvas, we get an eyedropper automatically, and now this works. So for some elements you have to use the properties to recolor them. For some elements it works directly on the layer. And this is how you can use the eyedropper tool in Photoshop. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.